College hoops here on 120 Sports. Michigan State leaned on a trio of freshmen to cruise past Miami 78-58 in the first round of the Midwest region. The Spartans took a 38-27 lead into halftime after going on a 38 run. Nick Ward had a game-high 19 points, added 7 rebounds, shooting 8 of 9 from the field, while Miles Bridges added 18 points and 9 rebounds. He shot 8 of 12 from the field. Joshua Langford added 13 points. Jaquan Newton led the Hurricanes in scoring with 16 points. The Spartans will now face number 1 Kansas in the second round. We have our college hoops insider, Tim Doyle, in the house. Doyle, when you think about Michigan State and Tom Izzo and his success in March, do you think that's going to help them in facing the Jayhawks?
No doubt about it. And I think the way they responded to such a slow start against Miami was just typical Izzo. You talked about that run. It was a 20-2 run in the first half. They went from down double figures to up double figures, and I thought that was the turning point in the game. Miles Bridges is a pro. Nick Ward played extremely well in this game. And you go to East Lansing to wear the green and white, to play in March against Kansas or against the number 1 seed in a high-profile game. But the crazy part about this is these are two teams that came in with similar expectations, and now Kansas is expected to win this game comfortably. Michigan State, who are they? This is house money game. You telling me I got Tom Izzo, who's been to 7 Final Fours in a house money game? Sure, they lose. They're supposed to lose. They go out there and win. They shock the world. You still have an NBA player, a first-round pick on Tom Izzo's roster, and they're going to shock the world. This is a game that I think Michigan State has no pressure on them. And on the flip side, Kansas, which has had a history of coming up short. Bill Self has had some bugaboos. Ask Ali Frukmanesh at Northern Iowa. Ask Bucknell. Those two teams knocked off Kansas in the past. This is going to be a bloodbath. I think this is going to be a very close game. You pick against Tom Izzo in March, you're asking for it. I'm not going to pick against him. I know I have Kansas advancing in my bracket, but this was one of those games against the Hurricanes, Laura, that when they won so convincingly, even though they were underdog, you went,
of course,
Tom Izzo. So that's going to be a great game. This is why we watch the tournament. You know, Thursday and Friday are great days, but once you get into the weekend, the Saturday and Sundays, you kind of weed out the Troys of the world. You weed out all the bad teams, and now you get you get like the real solid squads. So that's going to be something that this is March. This is why we watch
Saturday. Gearing up for it. Get ready. Get the pizza ready. The beer ready. Sit on the couch. Oh, I think a lot of people do. They probably want.
You're
some
more
beer
of a. I know what you are. You're a whiskey and ginger.
Thank you.
Ale.
I do know that. Ginger ale, not just ginger.
Whiskey and ginger ale.
I don't want just ginger.
I like diet ginger ale. Makes me
diet anything.